A long time ago, in the heart of Africa, where the sun kisses the earth with golden warmth, where the land pulses with life and the air hums with the sounds of nature, there lies a small village named Kisongo. In this village, stories were more than just words. They were the lifeblood of the people. Stories are not just told, they are lived. The village was rich in culture and tradition, carrying wisdom from one generation to the next. Today, I bring you a tale that will captivate your heart and fill your mind with wisdom, one that will not only entertain, but leave you pondering the wisdom it holds. Stay with me until the end, and let this story guide you with an African proverb that resonates through time. One fine evening, when the sun was setting over the hilly landscape surrounding the village, its glow casting radiance on the village as if to pour its blessings on the indigenes, an old man signaled to the children in the village to gather together for a story time. The old man called, "Gather around, children, for I have a story that will make your hearts soar and your minds ponder." The children came from all the corners of the village, some bringing along their stools to sit on. They loved to hear stories from this particular old man, as he always shares insightful wisdom in his tales. After they were comfortably seated under the ancient tree in the center square of the village, the old man begun his story. This is the story of Cato, a boy from our village, and his journey to understand the true meaning of wisdom. He continued, "There once lived a young boy named Cato in our village. He lived with his parents and grandfather Babu Amari. Cato was curious, adventurous, and always eager to learn. It all began on a warm, sunlit morning where the birds sang their songs and the villagers went about their daily chores. As the village buzzed with its usual activities, Cato's grandfather, Babu Amari, called him over. Cato was no ordinary boy. He was the second child to his parents, who had 6 children. His curiosity knew no bounds, and his thirst for knowledge was unquenchable. He was also very hard-working and helpful to his parents, accompanying them on their day-to-day business activities. Every day during his spare time, he would wander around the village, asking questions and seeking answers from some of the elders in the village. His eyes sparkles with interest and his ears attentive like that of the tiger any time the elders are answering his frequent questions. "Cato, come here, my boy. I have something to show you." His grandfather called. "Yes, Babu." Cato running to his grandfather. "What is it?" Cato responded. Babu Amari leads Cato to a small bird perched on a low branch in a tree at the side of their hut where they had their simple kitchen. That is the kitchen. His mother prepares native cuisines that spread the aroma of traditional spices through the air. Passers-by would praise his mother, and some of them stopping at their hut to have a taste of the meal she had prepared. It wasn't uncommon for people in the village to share their food with others. Babu Amari pointed to the bird and said, "This is a weaver bird, Cato. Watch it closely." The bird, with its vibrant feathers, hopped nervously, but did not take flight. "Cato, do you see that this bird can fly, but it chooses not to? What do you think will happen to it?" Babu asked. Cato answered, "I don't know, Babu. Will it be okay?" He continued, "Babu Amari, why do the birds sing every morning?" Babu Amari responded, "Ah, Cato, the birds sing to greet the new day with gratitude to their maker and to call upon their friends. It's their way of communicating and celebrating life." Cato asked again, "Babu, why doesn't that bird fly like the others?" Babu Amari answered, Cato, this weaver bird is like many of us. It has the potential to soar high and find what it needs, but something holds it back. Do you understand what I mean? Cato thought for a moment and said, I'm not sure, Babu. What holds it back? Babu Amari took Cato's hand and looked into his eyes as if to pass on the wisdom directly to him through his eyes. He explained, Fear, my boy, fear and doubt. Even though it has the wings to fly, the bird is scared of the unknown. Sometimes, Cato, fear holds us back. But remember, if a bird refuses to fly, it goes to bed on an empty stomach. This bird had the ability to soar, to find its sustenance, but it chose not to use its gift. Cato spends his days observing the weaver bird. The bird, despite having the ability to fly, remains grounded, missing opportunities to forage for food. The weaver bird's reluctance puzzled Cato. He watched it day after day, hoping to see it spread its wings and soar. The village elders notice Cato's fascination and approach Babu Amari. Village elder queried, Amari, your grandson seems troubled. What concerns him so deeply? I have observed him for a couple of days now. Babu Amari, he is learning an important lesson about fear and potential. Let us guide him gently. Gradually, he will get the lesson on his own. As the sun began to rise higher in the sky one afternoon, casting warm golden light over Kisongo, Babu Amari and Kato continued to watch the weaver bird. Its vibrant feathers glistened in the sunlight, but it remained on the branch, hesitant to take to the skies. Cato couldn't stop thinking about the weaver bird. Every day, after his chores, he would return to the tree to see if the bird had taken flight. But each time, he found it in the same place, looking wearier and hungrier. Cato made his observation known to his grandfather. Babu, the bird still hasn't flown. It's getting weaker. Babu Amari said, Yes, Cato. And do you see what happens when it doesn't use its wings? It grows hungry and tired. This is why we must overcome our fears and use the gifts and talents we are given. The abilities we have must be put into good use. Cato, with a sign of worry, written almost visibly on his face, asked, But Babu, what if I try and fail? What if I'm not strong enough? Babu Amari called Cato to take a seat. He spoke with a calm voice. Failure is not the end, Cato. It is a part of learning. Each time you fall, you learn to rise stronger. The weaver bird must take the leap of faith to discover its true strength. If it continues to stay in the tree, it can never discover its true strength. It can never tell the extent to which it can go. As the sun began to set, the villagers returned to their homes. Babu Amari and Kato continued to observe the weaver bird. It seemed hesitant, missing the chance to forage for food. Babu, are you saying I should always use my abilities and not waste my opportunities? Cato asked after pondering over the whole weaver bird attitude to flying. Exactly, Cato. Each one of us has wings in the form of our gifts, talents, abilities, and potentials. We must use them to navigate through life. We must engage our potentials, otherwise they remain untapped. We must use our gifts and talents to soar to greater heights in life, providing sustenance for us and our families. Babu Amari decides to teach Kato a valuable lesson. He takes Kato to a nearby hilltop where they can see the entire village and the vast sky above. Babu Amari, stretching his hand, pointing to the horizon, said, Kato, look at the sky. It is endless, just like your potential. The weaver bird has wings, just as you have talents and dreams. But without courage, those wings remain useless. Cato, nodding his head, said, I understand, Babu. I need to be brave and use my abilities. Babu Amari, tapping on the shoulder of Cato in agreement, responded, Exactly. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. You must use your wings, Cato, and you will find your place in this beautiful world. Cato reflects on his grandfather's words, took his wisdom to heart. He decides to apply himself in his studies and community activities. Inspired by his grandfather's wisdom, Cato began to embrace his potential with a fervor that surprised everyone in the village. His days became filled with hard work, learning, and community service with determination. He studied diligently, helped his family more, and participated in village activities with a kind of newfound enthusiasm. Soon, he became known as a young leader with a bright future. Through his journey, Cato learned the true meaning of Babu Amari's wisdom. By embracing his potential and overcoming his fears, he not only transformed his own life, but also enriched the lives of those around him. Cato's curiosity and eagerness to learn flourished. He spent long hours at the village school, soaking up knowledge like a sponge and learning all he could. His academic excellence soon became evident. Cato's inquisitive nature and dedication to his studies set him apart from his peers, earning him the respect of his teachers and others. Excellent work, Cato. You have a sharp mind and a great future ahead. His teacher will mostly remark when he answers questions correctly and participated in other class activities. At home, Cato took on more responsibilities, helping his family with unwavering dedication. He woke up at dawn to fetch water from the river, tended to the goats his father had, and helped his mother prepare meals. Thank you, Cato. Your hard work means so much to us. Cato's mother acknowledged. Cato replies, I'm happy to help, Mother. We're a team. He will also, in his leisure time, pick up some empty boxes and begin to be creative with them. Sometimes, he would create beautiful artifacts and admire or marvel at what he had been able to do. He will think to himself, I wouldn't have been able to do this if I had not begun to explore my potentials. His contributions not only eased the burden on his parents, but also strengthened the bond within his family. He was also helpful to his siblings. They were all proud of the young man he was becoming. Cato's enthusiasm extended beyond his family. He became deeply involved in village activities, often taking the initiative to organize community events. Village elder called, Cato, we need help planting trees to prevent soil erosion. Cato responded, I'll gather my friends, elder. We'll get it done. His leadership and commitment to the community earned him admiration from all corners of Kisongo. The village elders often turned to him for assistance, seeing in him a responsible and capable young leader. Recognizing his potential, Cato also took on the role of a mentor. He gathered younger children under the baobab tree, teaching them to read and write. At one of those sessions when Cato was teaching the children, one of them raised her hands. Cato called her. Child asked, Cato, can you please help me with this word? Cato answered, Of course, this word is Ubuntu. It means humanity and kindness. His patience and kindness made him a beloved mentor, and the younger children looked up to him, eager to follow in his footsteps. He will always end his teaching session by emphasizing on the lesson he learned from his grandfather. He says, Children, remember, you have the power to achieve great things. Do not let fear hold you back. Spread your wings and soar. Cato's transformation was remarkable. He no longer let fear hold him back. He pursued his dreams with determination and courage. His transformation and hard work did not go unnoticed. During a village meeting, the elders recognized his contributions and leadership. They saw his dedication, and he became known as a young leader with a bright future. Village elder remarked, "Cato, you have grown into an outstanding young man. You have shown exceptional dedication and wisdom beyond your years. Your hard work and dedication are an inspiration to us all, and we are proud of you. Our children will certainly learn from you. You have become a shining example for others. Your hard work and dedication are like the weaver bird finally taking flight. You've not only understood the lesson, but embodied it. That is the most important aspect of learning. Remember, our stories and proverbs carry the wisdom of our ancestors. Share them and keep our heritage alive." "Thank you, Elder. I will, Babu. I promise," Cato responded. "I learned that to achieve anything, I must use my wings, just like the bird." Babu Amari, with a sign of contentment on his face, said to Cato, "You have made me proud. You have spread your wings and soared high. I couldn't have been happier." Cato, kneeling before his grandfather, said, "Thank you, Babu. I couldn't have done it without your guidance. You made this all happen." Babu Amari and Cato recalled the day when the bird used its wings and finally flew. One morning, Cato and Babu Amari are back at the baobab tree when the weaver bird took its leap of faith. It soared gracefully into the sky, finding food and joining its flock. This moment was a powerful symbol for Cato, reinforcing the lesson he had learned. The weaver bird, after days of hesitation, finally spreads its wings and takes flight, joining other birds in the sky. Cato said, "Babu, look, the bird is flying. It took the leap." Babu Amari nodded. "Yes, Cato, and so did you. Remember, if a bird refuses to fly, it goes to bed on an empty stomach." The weaver bird's flight symbolized Cato's journey. It was a testament to the power of embracing one's potential and overcoming fear. As Cato grew older, he never forgot his grandfather's lesson, the lesson of the weaver bird. He shared it with his friends, his family, everyone in the village, and eventually with his own children. The proverb lived on, a reminder to all: if a bird refuses to fly, it goes to bed on an empty stomach. It reminded everyone in Kisongo to embrace their potential and seize the opportunities life presented. Cato, now a young man, sits under the baobab tree with his own children, sharing the story of the weaver bird and the valuable lesson he learned. Children, remember, you have the power to achieve great things. Do not let fear hold you back. Spread your wings and soar. He encourages them. The children, after listening to the story of Cato and the weaver bird, looked at one another surprised at the lesson they had just learnt from a seemingly simple African proverb. They took out their own lessons, and one after the other, they thanked the old man, each one returning to their various huts, vowing to explore their own potentials in order to fly high. Dear listeners, just like Cato, each one of us has wings waiting to be spread. Don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. Embrace your potential, and remember, if a bird refuses to fly, it goes to bed on an empty stomach. Let this story be a guiding light in your life. Overcome your fears and reach for the skies. This story is based on the proverb, if a bird refuses to fly, it goes to bed on an empty stomach. The proverb is from the Akan tribe in Ghana, West Africa. The Akan people are one of the largest ethnic groups in Ghana, known for their rich cultural heritage, profound wisdom, and vibrant traditions. Proverbs play a significant role in the Yukon society, serving as a vehicle for passing down knowledge, moral lessons, and cultural values from one generation to the next. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more tales filled with wisdom and African proverbs, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest stories. Join our community of story lovers and let these timeless tales inspire you. Until next time, keep flying high. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay curious and keep the stories alive, embracing one's potential and overcoming fear.